Hi guys, and today we're going to be talking about Shiba Swap. Specifically, how much can you get if you invest your money into Shiba Swap and just let the money accrue interest? I've been wanting to do this calculation since Shiba Swap started 2 weeks ago, but I wanted to wait a little bit to have some more data and to give you a bit more accurate, holistic picture of what is going on. So today I'll be talking about how much money you guys can realistically expect if you guys invest $100 into Shiba Swap right now. And then I'll be going over some strategies on how much money you guys should be taking out versus keeping in and letting it ride. But before we get started, I would just like to ask you guys to please hit the like button because it would really help me achieve one of my goals in life. And that is to tell my parents and my wife to not worry because I make a lot of money. Well, to tell my parents that, I probably don't need to tell my wife that. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so this is my spreadsheet. It's pretty simple. You have the initial investment of $100, okay? So you guys can change all the boxes in colors, except these. Do not touch these. But the initial investment is $100. You can change it to, if you change it to 1,000, obviously everything else changes. This is the column for Shiba Inu. So these numbers here come from the numbers from right here. So this number here is the annual percentage rate of the bone that you guys would get if you bury your Shib, which is staking your Shib. This is the same thing for staking your leash, and this is the same thing for staking your bone. So currently it's 34%, 41%, and 81%. All I need to do is change this 0.34, and then this 0.41. So this is 0.81. So as you guys can see, if you guys invest $100 into Shib at a 34% annual percentage rate, you guys would, in 20 years, you guys would end up with $34,841.43 from $100 investment, assuming that the 34% rate stays the same for the next 20 years. Now, let's talk about leash. If you invest $100 into leash at a 41% consistently for the next 20 years, you'd have $96,000, okay? Look at this, okay? The difference between a 34% and a 41%, the difference is only a 7% difference. But look at this, 34,000 compared to 96,000. That's pretty much a 3x with a difference of 7% interest rate. And so when you go to bone at an 81% interest rate every year, this is per year, investing $100 would get you $14 million. 14 million. Now, I don't know about you, but that is pretty crazy. That is very crazy. But because it's so crazy, you guys do need to understand that I can pretty much guarantee you that these numbers here, these percentages here, will not stay consistent for the next 20 years. I mean, they haven't even stayed consistent within the last week. Here, these are the numbers that I've gotten within the last few days. On July 18th at 9 a.m., the percentage rate for Shib was 37.19%. The percentage rate for leash was 47%, and the percentage rate for bone was 108%. That is very, very crazy. Now, just 2 hours later, it started dropping to 37, 47, and 107. Now, let's see what happened on the 19th. On 7/19th at 7:20 a.m., bone went down to, Shib went down to 36.23%. The leash went down to 46%. And the bone percentage rate went down to 102%. And on 7/20, just the next day, it went down to 23% for Shib, 29% for leash, and 68% for bone. This is today. Today is July 21st at 10 a.m. It was pretty much the same thing. And right now, it has gone up to this much. So Let me tell you guys, the numbers fluctuate like crazy. Okay, so the chances of it staying at this number for the next 20 years is zero, absolutely zero. But could it average this number? The answer is also no, because this is the chart that is from the Wolf paper. It says, to get Shiba Swap off on the right paw, we're having a 2-week liquidity event during these 14 days. Okay, and I don't know if you guys remember, but Shiba Swap pretty much started 2 weeks ago. So right now it is still in the near the end phase of the Shiba Swap promotion. So that's why the numbers are so crazy. But as you guys can see here, this is a chart of the bones per block after the liquidity event. Now, it did not start on July 1st, it was around July 7th or something. But it started like this, and then it just goes down, down, down like crazy. So pretty much the beginning of next year, the percentage rate for all those bones per block is going to be around 20-ish%. And then it's going to slow down for until July 2024, which it'll be around 5 or 6%. And so within the next 3 to 4 years, it'll probably drop down to a 5 or 6% bones per block. Now, let's see how that changes our calculation. So let's say that this is this. And these are the current numbers. And this is the decay per year. So let's say Shib decays at a, 10% per year. Same thing with leash. And for bone, I'd say 15 because it started off at a way higher price. So if you have $100 and at a 34% rate starting out and then decreasing 10% per year, at the end of 20 years, you would have 1,520. And the interest rate for that is 4.5%, which is probably around right. Now for leash from $100, you get to $2,500. 25x in 20 years is very, very good. And for bone, you'd get $7,500. So very, very good investment if you only invest $100. But chances are most of you guys are not investing $100 into staking, right? Realistically, most of you guys who are staking will probably be around $1,000, plus minus like, $300-$400. So I think most people who stake should have around at least $600 to $700, if not more. So how much would $1,000 investment get you? All right, well, again, at a 34% interest rate, at a decay rate of 10% per year, within 4 to 5 years, it only dropped to 24%, which I think is a much better number than this thing right here. But this is pretty optimistic, and this is probably going to be your best scenario. So with $1,000 invested in 20 years, you would have $15,000, a 15x. Still very, very good. For leash, $25,000, and for bone, $75,000 in 20 years. Assuming that these numbers are roughly okay. Okay, so what if you guys are putting your money in liquidity pools? How will that play out within the next, 5, 10, 15 years? Let's check it out. These are the recently added pools. When I refresh this, the best one right now is Bone versus WETH. This is the best pair because it gives you the yearly interest rate of 334%. 334%. That's just mind-boggling. So let's say that you have some money invested in here. How much would you be earning? So let's say you have a bone here, 334%. 3.34. Okay. Now for this decay rate, I'm gonna bump it up to around 20 because anything that is that high is gonna go down a lot faster than everything else. So yeah, but even with a 20% decay rate, if you invest $1,000, you would have $1 million in 7 years. 7 years, $1 million. That is pretty crazy. And from 7 years to 10 years, from 1 million to 4 million. So that just shows you how compound interest works. Now, I do want to caution you, okay? This is not financial advice. Can I guarantee you these numbers in 20 years? No, absolutely not. Because realistically, the numbers here are probably the best that you can get. Realistically, it'll probably be a lot lower. However, although providing liquidity looks very, very tempting, there are some risks that you guys need to be aware of. Some of the main risks are technical risks, where smart contracts could be hacked or vulnerabilities could be exploited. Admin key risks, a master private key for a protocol could be compromised. Use risks, improper use of dApps can lead to financial loss. External risk, unforeseen external events and black swan events can have various negative influences. System risk, the security and capabilities of the blockchain, i.e. the basis for transactions, isn't guaranteed. General financial risk, economic incentives can be lost for a variety of reasons and unexpected returns may not materialize. Regulations, there's currently almost no regulations at DeFi. Therefore, projects that require more regulations may suffer a considerable disadvantage. But regulation is only a matter of time, which could have a huge impact on the entire DeFi market. Also, I do want to show you guys this article right here. It says that a recent study by McKinsey found that the average lifespan of companies listed in the Standard & Poor's 500, S&P 500, was 61 years in 1958. Today, it is less than 18 years. McKinsey believes that in 2027, 75% of the companies currently quoted in the S&P 500 will have disappeared. They will be either bought out, merged, or will go bankrupt, like Enron and Lehman Brothers. So, and this study is based on companies, but we are talking about coins. And I don't know about you, but for me, I think that coins are a lot more volatile than companies. That means that they either go up really, really fast or they die really, really fast. And just so you guys know, the oldest coin, Bitcoin, is only 12 years old, okay? 12 years old. Like, I mean, if you are saying in 20 years, you'll be a millionaire or something, crypto hasn't even been around for 20 years. And so, very, very risky things. So only invest what you can afford to lose. No one can assume anything with crypto. Okay? Bitcoin could very well die out in 20 years. Ethereum could die in 20 years too. I'm not saying they will, but it's a possibility. Now, when should you guys be taking your money out? Well, the answer is whenever you need it or you feel comfortable with taking it out. And this is different for every person. But also, what I would recommend is you take a little bit at a time. Let's say that you double or triple your money. Maybe you take out, 5 or 10%, because look at this. 10% of 15,000 is already more than $1,000. So 5 or 10%, a little bit at a time within 2 years, you can have your initial investment back, so you know that you are only playing with profit. And so that is the best thing to feel. That's pretty much the main way to win, to be playing with profit only. Now, I really want to stress this again in that the numbers that I'm presenting here looks really, really good, but I can pretty much guarantee you that they will not stay for the long term. So be careful and do not invest what you guys cannot afford to lose. All right, guys. Well, that's all that I have for you guys today. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys haven't done so already, please hit the like button and please hit subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hopefully I can do it. So thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.